EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Put up, 180. Come on.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Trubisky will throw. Down left to Shaheen. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On 2nd down, Davis. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's go.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And some room to run now. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down now. It's Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. Fourth down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Trubisky. And Davis with it left side. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to lead to a third down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
We're set. UAT. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
To throw on second is Watson. And a big one loss here as he's taken down. Jonathan Bullard. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught right side, Davis. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Davis running left. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
They keep it with Davis on 1st down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Come on. Motion, watch 10.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 37. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Alert! Go. Mike 58, right there. Up, 55. Get him. He's checking. Crash.
After the run, Watson going to throw. And incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And that'll make it 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
With a big catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdown. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try the air now with Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller as the first half is winding down. And the Texans have taken the lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Fifteen seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Back.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You.
Watson with a give to Miller. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's put that team on the box.
Watson off play action. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set. 19. Check. 59. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Shift.
On first down, it's Miller, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
41-yard line.
Reset. 19. Mike's 59. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you. Line him up.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the 50, it's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They'll run for it. This is Foreman. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The Bears on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Trubisky. And that's knocked away and incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is gonna wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, Carter. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
He's not going to get me. 36, 36.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Set. Good team. Showing it. Showing it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Got four down. 4 down. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 24 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Running left is Miller. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
They'll run on first down. Miller. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 9, Watson looking middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 48. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Trubisky to throw. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. They'll run for it with Davis, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st.
1st down, Chicago.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now it's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Coverage that time by Aaron Colvin. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's back to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They run again with Foreman. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. The Texans send the punter out, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here comes Cohen. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.